Raise your hand if you've ever experienced that your project manager finds an old mail in his inbox. A customer ordered a project, the hours have been delivered, but you have the information on email. So how do you know if the hours have been invoiced? Well, if you don't have further documentation, the result is you either invoice too little or you risk getting an angry customer. Or how about this scenario? Your project manager comes back from a client meeting, the scope has been expanded, the customer agreed to raise the budget. Great! Well, that is until you find out that the way your bookkeeper is informed is with a post-it stuck to her computer while she's at lunch. First of all, if you ever experience something like this, you're not alone. For many consultancies, poor coordination or untimely communication between projects and financial is one of the biggest sources of lost revenue. And the reasons for this are quite simple. A, you don't invoice all the hours that you work. And B, you spend almost more time trying to gather all the necessary information for the invoices, like work hours or expenses, than on the actual invoicing process. The good news is, you can fix this and stop revenue from leaking. So, what to do? Basically, it's about closing the gap between your project managers or whoever is handling the customers and hours and the finance team. So, while there are many ways to achieve this today, I'm going to zoom in on 3 important steps. First of all, if you don't have this already, make sure to create a common language between finance and projects. It might sound obvious, and maybe you already have weekly or bi-weekly meetings between your finance and project managers, but besides this close collaboration, make sure you're also supported by working from one system. That way, you don't waste time talking about what numbers you should look at or if they're correct in one system or the other. So make sure your system supports finance as well as the project department. Secondly, give power and responsibility to the project manager. Avoid wasting time getting project managers to send in hours, descriptions of tasks, or to approve numbers before your bookkeeper can actually create the invoices. Instead, let the project managers create an invoice draft with the correct number, with the necessary documentation. That way, the bookkeeper can spend their time on the actual invoicing process and not just gathering the information. Last but not least, make sure your processes are connected to your systems. This will reduce manual errors, and it's also the foundation for automation. And this is actually where the real time savers come into play, but more about that in another video. Mapping out and connecting processes to systems is exactly what one of our customers, Rag People, did, and as a result, they went from only invoicing 70% of the work they did for customers to invoicing all of it. So, if you want to close the gap and start invoicing all your hours, give more power to the project managers and let everybody do what they do best.